Testing, 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 testing. Testing, boomer, boomer. Testing. Boomer, testing, testing, boomer. Testing, boomer, boomer, boomer. Called FRA Progression on YouTube. Boomer, boomer, boomer. Boomer. Testing, boomer.
That's literally it. So when she comes in, she can just clip it on her shirt. Then she's good to go. Obviously, this back bit as well. She's on her trousers or something.
Isn't it Wednesday?
No. Hold on. Let me find out.
No, it is. It is real. We need to leave. We're gonna have to leave. I tell you, we're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to go. It's a real. Oh, it's a real
Is it a real one? Yeah, everyone's like going up to the you mentioned come back as well. Yeah, could you come back after? Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Loving the jacket. Right, I'm just gonna make that so I can leave that there.
Go ahead, going over.
Sorry about that.
It's good, I'm not going to take up 4 hours.
Oh yeah, that's alright. Get it working. I just told her I was like, can I go and get my coat? And I was like, no. I was like, oh, it's so weird. I'm free. Yeah, and I was like, yes, I need it. It's a good excuse for everything. I'm pregnant. I've got you a can of water if you want it.
Oh,
I can.
cool. I can. Oh,
Okay.
what this is on? Get really thirsty.
There is really it. I've got that, but we ordered loads of them for the career sake, so I was trying to steer away from plastic. So, hot chocolate at the minute.
I can't believe that. Do you know what it was? Teresa's hit the fire off. No. Yeah, she didn't mean to.
Oh, thanks.
Is Helen in today?
Yeah.
She is.
Do you want to see her?
Just say hi. But I had I saw her on Thursday.
You saw her downstairs?
I saw her on Thursday on
did
the,
you?
the alumni thing.
Oh, how was it?
It was alright. Everyone kind of
people-
starts to each other, to
Their own.
class, which is
Oh,
fine.
really?
But I was yeah, it's fine.
Was there anyone in there that you knew that was in your
One
class as well?
person, which I bumped into 2 weeks before, and I was like, "You coming?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm coming." So I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll come then." But I probably wouldn't have gone.
She went. Yeah.
It's alright.
There is nice then, obviously. But it'd be nice to know if your whole class went, or because I don't think there was anyone. Because I used to go here. I graduated in 2012.
Yeah.
That was a very long time ago. But yeah, I don't think there was anyone like that like that.
I don't know. There were loads of groups though, like loads
there?
of people, like a mix of people. And then someone called Jason, the students turned up or something.
Oh. Are you still in touch with people that you were with?
A couple, but one's moved to my closest one. She's moved to Manchester.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to do architecture graphic design. So it's quite cool.
Yeah, no, I still, there was 6 of us. One's moved to New Zealand. Crazy. Her partner, and then the rest are not too far. I met up with them somewhere today. But we kind of every now and then.
Yeah, no, there's not that many of us.
Yeah.
I don't know actually. There's a whole WhatsApp group. I didn't really.
Very nice.
I'm really traditional, and I was like, "Who uses business cards?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't."
No, but you know what it's nice? It's when you're at the gym, you probably say, "Can I do that?" But after
Yeah.
you're used to doing that. Maybe wait for 3 more minutes. Is that alright? Just in case it gets Yeah, do you want a chicken?
Oh, because no, they can see it. How do I present? I can't even. I thought.
Focus play. Oh, that's it. So funny.
I was sitting at home and I was just it's really late, so I'm just gonna add loads of gifts to it.
Fill it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hopefully I can talk though. I'm just oh god. My housemate is sick and I just feel like I'm getting something.
Fill it all. Don't. Straight away.
Yeah, so wait.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna give you this as well.
Okay.
This is also just a clicker for this. So to go next left back.
Cool.
Yes is also your mic. Obviously, it's being live streamed. That's why.
That's fine.
So anyway, you can clip this literally on anywhere you jumper. You can put it in your pocket as well if you want to. This bit.
Yeah. Thank God I got one. Oh, they're gonna hear my voice shake now.
You'll be alright.
What do I do?
Just,
Oh, here.
Just clip it.
This is professional.
See? High tech, man. FRA.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
What do I do? Can I oh look, you can clip it on.
Security, receiving.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
Receiving.
Well, I assume so anyway. What I'm gonna do, I'll test the stream when I get downstairs anyway.
okay.
It should be alright.
Where is it streaming to? Is it right
yeah,
there?
This one. So just basically in another room, so like downstairs, upstairs.
Okay.
That's it really. It's not live on the world.
Yeah, imagine.
That's it.
That'd be a bit bleak for everyone else. Thank you. Ah.
Thank you.
I need to get my notes. My notes are on my phone. Sorry. Tech savvy and that.
Are you ready to start?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shall I start? It's really weird. There's a webcam.
I know, I'm not sure if there's students down there. I think they went and checked.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Hi everyone. Can I get your attention at the back? Is my mic supposed to be on here, bro, or just for streaming?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Can you hear me at the back? Yeah. Cool. Hi everyone, I'm Sam. So I used to be a student here, obviously, because you're at Progression Week doing ex-student talks. So hopefully I don't take up too much of your valuable time. I basically pulled this together last night, very late after working late. So just bear with me. My notes on my phone, so I don't think I'm texting or being rude. Just a little bit about me. I got really bored, so I added loads of GIFs on it and just thought it's better than just reading off a screen. So you guys can actually listen. So who am I? I'm an ex-student. I used to do level 4 fashion retail with business and marketing on the traditional course. So what courses have we got in here? Level 4, level 3, put your hands up. Level 4. One of you are from level 4. Okay, cool. No one's talking. Please talk, because I'm as nervous as probably as anyone else would be seeing this room to present. Have we got any level 3s? Yeah, at the back. Cool. Oh, I see the trend. Okay, what other courses have we got? Business retail with marketing, buying, VM. Cool. Thank you for being the voice of everyone. But yeah, about me, I'm from Watford. Anyone from Watford? No? Oh, 2 at the back. Hey. I always find wherever I go, everyone's like, oh yeah, Watford, have you heard of Oceana? But yeah, so I thought I'd put a little GIF up. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming he's on the football team. Cool. What I do now, so I basically work for a company called PVH, which covers Calvin Klein jeans and also Tommy jeans. That's the divisions I work for, but it covers the brands there. Heritage Brands is a shirt brand where we started in way before we were born. And I basically am here to talk about a little bit about my journey, what I've done here, and what I do now. Cool. So Calvin Klein jeans, Tommy jeans, that's what I do. So I graduated from the FRA about 2016. So this time, May next year it would be. So it'll be 3 years next year. And I kind of finished. I went to uni actually after A-levels and did a foundation. And then after my foundation at the Arts University of Bournemouth, I got on to do a degree in fashion and was like, oh, I don't want to do it in Bournemouth. No offense if anyone's from Bournemouth. And also I just want to come back to London. So I'm from the outskirts of it. So I want to be back into the centre. So I deferred my entry and then never went back. And then somehow ended up working for PVH. So what I do now is I'm an account manager. What that means is basically I work in sales. So I work in the wholesale sector, selling to buyers. So some of you might be on a buying course, but it's virtually, you're in a showroom, you've got collections. So I've just sold pre-fall 19 collections to buyers like John Lewis, Fenwick, Selfridges, Harvey Nicks, all of that. And I manage those accounts. I don't manage people. Cool. And then basically why I'm here, this little hula hoop dance, it's just basically I'm here to just talk to you and be real and also find out about what you guys want. It's not just to talk about, oh yeah, me, but it's really to talk about what you want from the FRA and what I got from it. So hopefully, if this is I thought this was like networking, so people like dancing together in a little hoop and making friends. So yeah, it's just kind of like I'm here to listen to you guys as well. If you've got any questions, just come and grab me or ask me at the end. And then I have a video. Can I press play from here? Okay. I have a video as to kind of why I've told you about why I'm here, but it's also about why you're here. And why you're studying. I didn't have the luxury of, I'm going 18, I can get it for free. I actually took 2 years out and then was like, oh, wait, can I swear a little bit? Shit, I haven't got anywhere and I know where I want to be, but I don't know how to get there. And why do I want to be where I want to be? So it was kind of going on that journey, and FRA really helped me to do that, considering I went to A-levels, foundation, so university-based, lived away from home, came back, lived at home, and then came back to college. So it was a bit of like a full circle. So it's really to kind of make you think about why you want to do what you want to do and why you want to achieve what you want to achieve. I apply this actually since watching this at work, some seminar. I now apply this to kind of everyday life as well. Hopefully it works. Maybe.
I call it the golden circle.
Has anyone seen this yet? No? Okay, cool.
Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do, 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Yeah. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we're better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat screen TVs. They've been making flat screen monitors for years. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. When we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures, just about behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. You know, sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures, and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right. Because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart, or you're leading with your soul. Or I hate to break it to you, those aren't other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language. But if you don't know why you do what you do, and people respond to why you do what you do, then how will you ever get people to vote for you or buy something from you, or more importantly, be loyal?
Cool. Close this before it starts. Cool. So yeah, that's just kind of food for thought about, you know, why you do things on a day-to-day basis, not necessarily why you're in, you know, like why you're at college, just like why do you go to college? Why do you get up in the morning, and why do you do what you want to do? Like, you need to kind of know how, you know, you need to know why you want to get there before you can get the how and the what, which is how I kind of see it. Cool. And then just to kind of talk to you about what, I've lost my clip. About kind of my journey before and then towards the present day. So work experience. I did a lot of work experience when I was like 16. So that's 7 years ago now. So yeah, really bad at maths. That's why I'm in sales, not buying. But yeah, work experience. So I did a little bit of work experience during kind of school time, and then kind of brought up my portfolio. And at the time I was like, yeah, I want to do a fashion design course. I want to make clothes and do all this like glamorous stuff. And that's like not realistic to me. I then went to do an art foundation at the Arts University of Bournemouth, which I mentioned. Is anyone considering a degree after this? No? Okay, good, cool. Cool. For kind of degree level, I thought about doing it, and I thought about, okay, everyone around me is at UAL. Everyone around me is, I don't know, doing Oxbridge or doing it at UCL, like just studying, having a great time at Freshers. And I was literally like 9 till 4 every day doing my foundation during their Freshers. And I was like, oh, this is so crap. And then I kind of decided degree wasn't for me, because I didn't get what I wanted to get out of it. And I thought maybe I can beat the system. I was 2 years after, or maybe just a year after, they put the tuition fees to $9,000. So that really made me think, do I want to be in 60K debt at the end of it, which a lot of my friends are. I'm not saying don't do a degree. If you want to do a degree, great. I think just it's something that really made me think, okay, what else can I do? And where else can I go that's going to get me to where I want to be? So I did work experience again. I kind of worked at, this was after my foundation. I said to myself, I'll give myself a year and see what I want to do. Maybe it's not design anymore, but maybe I want to get into like buying, or maybe I want to get into VM. And then kind of did a bit of everything, worked in a boutique, went to the buying appointments. At the time, I was just sales assistant. Probably about 5 customers walked through the door. It's an old Amersham, if you know it. Really, really kind of bleak, quiet areas, full of old people, but it was fine. And then I did that. And then I also was working at John Lewis randomly, just for the income, measuring kids' feet. And then I was also doing work experience. I was doing Clarissa Gill. It's like a wedding couture dress, and that's when I was like, maybe I should explore design a little bit, or see how, you know, what it's like to have your own brand. So I learned a bit from that, and then I went to an Italian designer for 6 months, worked for free. Like, has anyone done work experience just off their own back yet? And did any of you get paid? No. Yeah. It's very bleak, and unfortunately it is they can do that. I think they've put in a law with university internships or something that they pay for your travel and your lunch, but I lived just outside the London zone, so nothing was covered. And my parents were like, why are you doing all this? Like, why are you being the dog's body? Why are you working like shitty jobs and making tea? And I was like, no, because trust me, Mum, it'll be fine. Like, I'll get where I want to be. And I was literally like this for maybe a full year, working 2 jobs at the same time, and then doing like 2 different internships at the same time. Neither of them paid, neither of them with lunch. Like, I remember one day he was like, yeah, can you go get us a Starbucks? And I was like, cool. He gave me his card, and I was like, and then he was like, oh, you can get one for yourself. And I was just like, oh my God, I can get a Starbucks. So it's kind of just like, take every experience and embrace, like, sounds easier said than done, but embrace the shit part as well, because it has to be a little bit crappy before it gets good. So after that work experience, I still wasn't getting where I wanted to be. I wanted a full-time job. I wanted to be in fashion, like running around, maybe doing the fashion shows and all this glam stuff. And then I was like, wait a minute, why do I want to do sales? Why do I want to buy clothes? And then why do I also want to, you know, think about windows and have my own brand? It's just like crazy. I just thought, okay, take a step back and be like, what do I actually really, really enjoy? And for me, it was people. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll do a very broad course where it will kind of teach me areas of the industry, which exactly what the fashion retail level 4 course did. Do I have anyone in fashion retail course level 4? Okay, cool. Are you enjoying it? Okay, good, nice. But yeah, I had some really good tutors, as I'm sure they haven't changed. So as I'm sure you're embracing them, and did it for a year, 2 days a week, and then 5 days working. Yeah, 5 days. So that's my whole week gone. At that time, I was working in a cafe, making coffee, just like being really like in those independent coffees, just being a coffee snob, and then studying at the same time. And then guess what? I did more work experience. So during that, obviously, you get your 3-week placement. Have you had your placements yet? Yeah. Oh, damn, I wanted to talk about that. But yeah, mine was at Diesel. So did anyone else go to Diesel? No, cool. But yeah, mine was at Diesel, and it was really kind of an eye-opener because they put me in the sample basement basically for a week, and then I had 2 other weeks. I can't remember what I did, but I was checking orders, and I was in the wholesale sector because I said, oh, Helen, like I kind of want to go into sales, but in the back side of things, I don't want to be on retail shop floor, even though I was, yeah, probably because I was sick of it. 5 years is enough. So yeah, that was more work experience. And then after, let me go back. And then after that work experience, I obviously had the careers fair that you guys have on Thursday, correct? Yeah, cool. Use that. Like, I can't stress to you enough to use the careers fair. It saved my life basically. Like, it just really kind of boosted me up to where I am. which is PVH. So I've been there since I left. Maybe, I mean, not everyone in this room might, you know, you might or might not want to go straight into work. And I did. And I kind of just was like grabbing everyone from the careers fair and was like, here's my CV. It looks like a food menu, but I have some work experience. I want to get into sales. How do I get there? And a lot of them were like, oh, you know, like, this is really good. Da, 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 da. And everyone was like, oh, you don't want to do buying. Oh, you don't want to be in merch. Like, so I guess that was kind of the point of difference. But even just talking to the brands, like from high end, Primark, John Lewis, you know, talk to all of them and figure out if you know what you want to do, figure out and just talk to them and be like, oh, so how does it kind of work? And what does your buying department kind of do? What does it entail? How fast paced is it? Because they're all going to be different and they're all going to be there for a reason. So just use that and embrace it. And then that's where PVH were there. And I remember actually one of the tutors that I'd actually never spoken to my whole time I was here. It's Francesca. Kind of just like, why are you leaving? Because I gave 2 CVs out. And I think it was All Saints and John Lewis or something, but I just was like not feeling it. I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to get anything, and just left. And then I was on my way out, and Francesca was like, what are you doing? Where do you want? What do you want to do? Because you're level 4, you're leaving soon. And I was like, well, I kind of want to get into sales, but I just don't think. I think Calvin Klein and Tommy are a bit too high end. Like, I'm a bit scared. Like, I don't think they want me, kind of thing. And I just like didn't even go up to their table, and just there was a room of like the higher end brands, and I just like cut basically. And she was literally like pushing me in the room. She's like, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you get rejected, it's probably, you know, it wasn't meant to be. Like, I've been rejected loads of times for All Saints, for like John Lewis job roles and head office. Like, it's fine to be rejected. It's kind of a learning experience as well. So then I started my intern at PVH, making tea for 8 weeks or 6 weeks. And then I was making tea and like getting lunch, like for the MD and the meetings and all this. And it was just like, oh, just plodding along, like doing everything and just, you know, oh, Sam, someone needs you in the reception. Cool, I'll go. Or, oh, Sam, can you help with these samples? Yeah, cool. Like, you just have to just take everything, even though I was thinking in my head, oh my God, like, when is this going to stop? When am I going to start getting paid? Luckily, PVH actually covered my travel and lunch, which was nice, next to Harrods. But yeah, from that role, from the sales support role, I went from intern to sales support role for 3 months. That was me getting work experience in being an account manager. So what I am now, I kind of working in wholesale is like, okay, cool. Like, I can kind of like talk to people, and also I've done customer service. I've done like 5 years on retail floor. So I could probably sell something, you know. And then I kind of got pushed into it because the sales manager for accessory was leaving at the time, and she just left. And then my sales director was like, Sam, do you want to step up and just like help me with appointments? She has a child that's 8 years old, and she is a sales director for Calvin Klein and Tommy on the women's side of the business now. So she didn't have time to sit in my appointments. So I literally just had to do it. And that was like almost the scariest thing, but the best thing that's happened in my career so far, because it's basically sped me up a little bit to where I am. So I guess my point is, you know, I was scared, like shitless, when she was like, do you want to take appointments? Do you want to meet Hoff, House of Fraser? Do you want to meet the John Lewis? So we've got the Fennec director. Can you just do a quick walkthrough? And I was like, yeah, this is a bag and this is a zip kind of thing. And just going with it and just rolling with it. And it was fine. But you just have to like take that fear out and chuck it and just deal with it, basically. And then after a year in sales support, supporting Calvin Klein Jeans and Tommy Jeans team, I kind of got to the next stage, which was I got promoted in April to an account manager, and now I look after about 60 accounts across the 2 brands, which is like crazy. I still walk into work and I'm like, whoa, I kind of work here, and it's really cool. So yeah, that's kind of my journey from about 16 to now. So yeah, 7 years of that. Just to stress you, I did a lot of work experience. We all have to do it. You know, I've got friends that graduated from UAL, did illustration. She is amazing. And she failed her first year because she was partying too much. She almost failed her second year because she was partying too much. But she got a first on her third year when she retook the first year. And, you know, she's got this. She paid God knows how much, and she's stuck in, you know, like she's stuck in where she wants to go. So I'm not saying, you know, just because you have a degree, you went to college, great, you guys are at college, get a good distinction, get a good merit. Okay, it's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. Like, you need to go out and like put yourself out there, because I've got friends that have graduated in 2000, I don't know, 2-3 years ago now, and they're still like, oh, I work in advertising and I hate it. It's like, okay, then, you know, they want to get out of it, but they're stuck because they're a bit scared. Like, I can get it. You're probably scared of going out there and getting work experience and getting rejected from X, Y, and Z. But unfortunately, it just has to happen. And I think fashion is seen as like some glamorous thing. Like, if you want to go into PR, like, oh wow, like she organizes fashion show and everyone knows her and everyone's talking to her. All these bloggers are coming to my show. Yeah, but think about all that work before then and what they did to get where they are. So everyone has to start somewhere, basically. I'm really thirsty. So my top 5 highlights during the FRA. The people. So obviously the tutors, I'm not gonna I can't really say what I want to say, but I can't really, can I say brown nose? Is that? But yeah, I can't really like brown nose them, but I've got to give it to the tutors. Like, I've been to university, and like my friends have been to university in UAL, and they've been like, what? You see your tutor twice a week for 6 hours each day? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I haven't seen them all term. I've seen them once. I've had like 2-hour one-to-one. And like, that shocked me, because I was like, wait a minute, you're probably paying about £70 a day, whether or not you're in uni or not, and you're not seeing your tutor, you're not getting time, you don't get to ask questions. What is that? Like, what kind of education is that, kind of thing? So yeah, the tutors, like, they're not just teachers, they're from industry. So they're there to teach you about, you know, industry, as well as about the kind of education that they need from the board or whatever. But I've never come across a college so specialized, and I'm so glad I went here, even though, you know, it's not that old, but it doesn't matter. Like, I still come into buying appointments. I'm like, oh, where'd you study? And then they'll be like, oh, I went to the FRA. I don't think you've heard of it. And I was like, I went to the FRA. So, and that's like ASOS buyers, like a lot of ASOS is there as well. So yeah, the people. And then obviously I met friends, because, you know, that's what you do at school. And yeah, it was just really nice. Like, everyone's in it together, and you all want to get into fashion and you all want to do your own thing. But it kind of, you bounce off each other and just like embrace each other's like achievements, and just keep talking to them after as well. So stay friends. The schedule. So the schedule for me worked really well. Because I didn't have the luxury of having a free course. So I had to pay however much it was, a few grand. But it was cheaper than uni. So I worked for 5 days of the week, so I could pay for the course, and then 2 days I was doing college. So my time out was college, essentially, and you get 2 full days, which is just great. You know, you've got the full day in London. Like, go get lunch, like go party, actually don't go party the day before you've got school. But like, just go out and see London as well. Like, I grew up kind of around London, so going into London is really fun for me. Who is actually from London? Like, London? 1, 2, 3? Not that many. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you're in London. It's one of the major fashion cities of the world. It's getting more expensive. So use it as, you know, use your time well when you're kind of finished and out. I always used to like go shopping and stuff. But the careers fair, which you've got on Thursday, which I mentioned, again, I can't stress you enough, is go up to everyone, talk to everyone, ask questions, be like, oh, cool, like, how did you start out? It doesn't even need to be about like, oh, so like, what does the Marks and Spencer's progression course like entail? Like, just be like, oh, how did you get here? And well, I want to go into this, like, what would your advice be? Just talk to everyone and network. Because if you don't talk to anyone, or you've talked to a few people, you're only holding yourself back from getting more information. And also to have an open mind. So what I mentioned earlier about, you know, work experience, it's not handed to you on a silver platter. You don't, maybe a few people I know, you know, finished uni or finished school and was like, cool, I'm going to go be a fashion designer. Cool, I'm going to set up my own brand. Bang, success. But like most of the time that doesn't happen. So it's really weird. There's a webcam just peeking out there. But yeah, so kind of just have an open mind and be open to, you know, have your focus. I want to work in, I don't know, buying. I want to be VM for Harvey Nicks. Cool. That's your like sole goal. Yeah. But you need to think about that golden circle as well. What and how are you going to achieve that before you get to the core? So yeah, open mind, just do everything that's thrown at you. I'm not saying like, you know, just like not eat and just work for free and all this, but I just mean be open to new opportunities. If something comes up, maybe it's not a brand that you want to work at or see yourself even like affiliated with them. Okay, cool, they've offered me something. It's only temporary. Let me try it out. You might learn something about yourself, which I did because I didn't know I wanted to go in sales. I thought I was like, oh yeah, I'm really arty and could do design. Yeah, it's just, I couldn't even imagine it now. And also the experience. So the experience in terms of outside, inside college, you know, your work experience, your experience with your mates, like just everything, and just tie it in together. It kind of, that was my one of my top highlights was the work experience, and then also just coming into college every week and being like, cool, I've got my mates here. I'm gonna like, we're just gonna bash out these work placement, what are they called? Projects. So yeah, it was just really, really cool. And then my top 5, I haven't seen a GIF for a while, so top 5 challenges. I was going to put the FRA, but I've actually just put it and looped it to my top 5 challenges so far. Oh, poor little polar bear. So the money and the lack of at the start. So I've done like couple years working for free, as you know. Don't let it dishearten you. It is, unfortunately, you have to start somewhere. And, you know, the most successful people don't, you know, they don't go and just get it handed to them. Maybe some people like, I don't know, Jamie Lang or something. But the time to gain recognition as well. So I was thinking, okay, cool, I've been to uni, I haven't done anything. Like, I've got this work experience for a year, I haven't got anywhere. No one cares, no one wants me. This is so shit. Like, it was really bad because I was just like, all my friends are graduating next year and I've just been like all willy-nilly, like trying to get somewhere but nowhere. So it is like, I get it, it's tough. And I'm not saying, you know, like it's going to be, it is probably the toughest thing I've had to do, like go through, all my friends go to uni and trying to find a job. Like, it is tough. I'm not saying that, you know, it's going to be easy, but yeah, just embrace the challenges, the choice and the competition. So a lot of your people, your peers in your class might want to do the same thing. Embrace it. It's fine. Like, there's a lot of competition, any industry you go to. Fashion, unfortunately, and art is super, super saturated, but there's always room for more as long as you kind of stand out. The coursework, yeah, everyone hates coursework. Everyone hates homework. Working 5 days a week and then having to come home and be like, oh, I've got this whole project to do. It is really like awful. Coursework, especially your last major project. So when do they get their major projects? Next year. You got some time. That's fine. But seriously, start thinking about it early. As soon as the tutors mention it, I would get your brain in gear. I was flying to Hong Kong to see my family the next day. I was working till 3 a.m. and then I hit, like, it was due that day, I think the following day at midday or something, and I just hit like send, and I was literally like falling asleep, just don't do what I did. It was awful, but I did learn something out of it. I learned that I should have been more proactive and should have just actually got shit done rather than like just thinking about my ideas and thinking how cool it's going to look, and rather than actually like, I need to pass this course, so just do the work essentially. If any of you have Tony, do you have Tony? Yeah, cool. You're fine. The time management as well. So kind of links in with the coursework thing. Time management was really tough for me because obviously I was working. I lived outside of London. You have to get a train. You're tired. You wanna party with your friends at the weekend. You don't always have time, and you're stuck for money because you're working, but you're also like having to come into London. So kind of just the time management of things is kind of set yourself realistic timelines as well. So if you think, okay, cool, like my friend's turning 21 this weekend, I'm going to be out for the whole weekend. Just be like, okay, I've got Thursday, Friday night free. Why don't I just do a couple hours? Like, it doesn't hurt to, do a bit of work on a Friday night if you're out all weekend, or, time management in terms of you've got a deadline, don't leave it till the day before. Like I work better under pressure, but the day before is just not the one. And then if I could do this again, oh my God, it's 5 to 11. Sorry, guys, you've had to listen to me for ages. If I could do this again at the FRA, which, yeah, I probably would, ask more questions. So I've been asking you questions, but like, ask me questions. If there's anything that's not answered, ask me a question. I don't really, like, I'm not going to get offended. I'm not going to be like, oh, that student, like, oh, why did they ask me that? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you've got a question, ask the question. Don't be scared, because at the end of the day, if it's going to be a no, then it's a no. Like, move on, kind of thing. Opportunities. So there are opportunities that maybe I didn't, because of the timing and whatever I was worrying about at the time, I didn't kind of grasp onto every opportunity. So there may have been extracurricular stuff that you could have done, or like extra workshops I wish I just signed up to, but I was too scared to sign up to, because I was like, oh no, like all these people doing graphic design are going to be really techie, so I just didn't do the extra thing. But I can't remember, it's so long ago, I can't remember all the modules now. But anything, any opportunity you think, even if it's far-fetched, like think, oh, maybe it could be a thing. Like, yeah, I'm going to make it a thing. Let me try, let me ask. So yeah, opportunities. And then use the resources. So I've left now, and I had Photoshop and Adobe, like the whole thing, whole shebang on my laptop because of the FRA. And then I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, I keep using it whilst they whilst I've finished and graduated, and then it stopped working. And I was like, oh, it's too good to be true. So use it whilst you can. And you've got WGSN, which is really, really cool. I remember doing like some of my modules, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I'm going to print everything off. And then I didn't. And I kind of wish I did now, because in terms of like, if you want to do some art at the weekend, if you want to like have your patterns or have, I don't know, some ideas or silhouettes, like colors, Pantone colors, really hard to find. So get them on WGSM when you can. And trends, like I can't do that now because I don't have access unless I pay an extortionate amount. Some companies pay for like Draper's magazines. You guys have Draper's. Read it when you can. Like if you've got 5 minutes of your lunch, or like you're going out for a cigarette if you smoke, whatever. Just read something, read online, use on Business or Fashion as well is a really good one. So just use all the resources. I didn't use the library enough, to be honest. I just was like playing around and having fancy bougie lunches in my lunch. And I really wish I kind of like went in and read ID magazine and read Dazed and Confused, or went online and just like checked out some blogs and stuff. And I just can't do that now because there's no time. So use your time wisely. I can't believe it's the end. I think I've covered everything. Yeah, so top tips. If you can't read this about, it just says, oh yes, the past can hurt, but the way I see it is that you can either run from it or learn from it. Bit cheesy, I'm sorry, but it's Disney, so it's fine. My top tips are keep going. I've already mentioned it. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't kind of think, oh, like it's fine if you're scared, and it's fine if you don't believe in yourself, but like mental health is a very important thing, and you need to look after yourself as well. But just have that mindset and being like, okay, I'm gonna get where I'm gonna go, and it's gonna be fine. It may take a long time, but I'm gonna keep going. Work hard and then work harder, because there's always gonna be someone that's gonna be better than you, or wants to be better than you, or is gonna try and snake you. And just work hard and just, I can't even I can't stress you enough, really. And just be willing to everything that is thrown at you. Be adaptable as well. So when I joined the company, it was just Calvin Klein and it was just Tommy, and then they merged them together. So not as one brand, but as sales teams. So it was a sales team for Calvin and a sales team for Tommy. And then they were going through a shake-up at my company, doing a whole restructure. And I was like, oh my God, I've just joined. Oh my God, I'm going. My contract's over. That's it. And it was my last day. And they said, my manager, who I'm very tight with, but she was like, I was basically saying oh, do you think maybe I could stay, or is there any scope of it? And I was literally so worried. Anyway, and it was my last day. And then she was like, oh, Sam, can you come to the kitchen? And then she brought out cake, and I was like, great, I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving. There's a card. Everyone was in the room, and I was like, oh my God, what? I'm going. And then she was like, by the way, you're staying. And I was just like, why is there a leaving card? And she was like, well, because you've got another role. So my director pulled me aside and was like, we've got a role for you. It is entry level, but if you're willing to get where you want to be, which was account managing, then you're going to have to do this stage first, because you've got experience, but we want to kind of mold you and how PVH works and how they structure their kind of staff and the year. And then I just started crying, because I was just like, oh my God, I got a job. And so, work hard, then work harder, and then harder. Be adaptable. So the point of being adaptable is that because of all that sales support role and intern I did, kind of made them see, oh, maybe we could just adapt to the change and then put Sam in it as well. So they merged the two sales teams. So I now look after just the women's side of the business, Tommy Jeans and Calvin Jeans. And that was it was a timing thing, but it also worked out really well for me. And then this isn't my last one. This is my fourth one. Ask questions. Again, ask questions. I'm hoping at the end, loads of you are going to be like, hands up, otherwise it gets really awkward. And then be nice. It says, so you can go shave your back now, from Regina. But yeah, no, seriously, be nice. I went to a seminar when I was 18 or 17 at some women's empowerment thing. And there was, what's her name? I was literally just gone. Zeba Lowe, who's the chief editor of ASOS now. And so I went years and years ago, and I was really scared to ask questions, and I was just taking in everything she was saying. She kept being be nice, be nice. And I was like, why is she saying that? Obviously we're going to be nice. But it's not as, the fashion industry, there are industries or companies that are quite devil wears Prada, there's hierarchical, whatever going on, but it's just to be nice and be you, be real with yourself as well, and set yourself targets that you can achieve, and do it with a smile on your face, because a smile goes a long way. yeah, or like holding a door for someone or like doing something that it could be so small, but it could affect, you know, I met the MD, didn't know it was him, which was really awkward. And then I was like, oh, it's you, to the David, who's our MD. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And he was in the middle of like a really important finance meeting. But after that, I was like, oh God, I messed up. I should have just like walked in, dropped the tea and then just left. But instead I was being really embarrassing. But after that, actually, turns out he was like, who's that girl? It's like, who's that showroom girl? Why is she a showroom girl? So that kind of just spurred everything else on. And then I think that is it. Maybe, yeah. That's fine. I don't have a mic, so. But yeah, thank you for listening me to talk loads. So dry. Does anyone have any questions? I've gone over a bit. Is that okay? Yeah? Any questions? Please, just have a question. No one? No one?
Someone must have one question.
What about the other room? Should I go to the other room? Because these guys are... No? Okay, cool. Well, I'm just going to hover around the end if you want to leave and grab me. So thirsty. Hi.
So nice to meet you.
Hi.
I just have a question.
Yeah, of course.
I'm an American.
Cool. Yeah.
And I know that this is an American company.
Yes.
And one of my aims after this was to stay in London. I know it's really hard with visas and stuff, but I was wondering if an American company actually does sometimes offer, obviously, because of the
Support.
with the school, and even if it's just for 1 year internship.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, like.
I don't know actually. We take on interns that are like at uni or at college. Excuse me, I'm so thirsty. I just drank loads of water. But yeah, so I think, I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure. If I'm looking at the people I know now, there's not any Americans. But that's not to say we don't support you, but it might be a case that, because we don't have many dealings with New York. So there's a Europe team for PVH, and then there's a whole New York team, which is like Tommy Hilfiger, like actually just and like all design kind of team. So we don't have much affiliation with him. But I could ask. Yeah. You know, it's a good point. It's a good point. But yeah, what course are you doing? VM, right?
VM L4.
We just had Tony, man. I did his homework and he was like, why are you such a teacher's pet? And I was like, I did your homework because you asked me to. But yeah, no, I love Tony. So tell him Sam Wong's aside. But he just took on loads of students. We took loads of students on to do the work placement. So talk to him, and maybe, because I know Libby, he's really good friends with the head of VM at PVH, and she's amazing. And we just had about 6 people from VM, from the FRA.
Really, I'm going to start really working on this right after Christmas.
Okay, cool.
You know, whenever in the new year.
Yeah, so you finish in...
I finish in May.
Oh, so where was your placement?
My placement was in LK Bennett.
Cool.
It's not accessory focused enough as much as I want to be.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'll give you my card.
Thank you
I don't have
so
many,
much,
but
Samantha. I really
I
appreciate
will.
it. My name is Sheer.
Sheer.
I'm the American.
Okay, Sheer the American.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Have a great day.
Hey.
And you went to Bournemouth University.
Yes, I did.
Did you leave because of the university?
I didn't know. I probably didn't make that very clear because I was nervous. I left because at the time they didn't have like halls for freshers, and I was like, oh, I want to party, but I don't like partying with my housemates because I got thrown into a house, and it was just like, oh, it was awful. But I'm quite particular anyway. So it was kind of like the living experience. I just don't think I was personally ready. I had a boyfriend at home, and then that went to shit, but it's fine. But yeah, I had a boyfriend at home, and I was like really stressed, and I was like, this isn't a life for me. Yeah. But it wasn't at all the course. Like the foundation was amazing. I actually lived with a housemate that I met at Bournemouth now. She just moved in, and she did the graphic design course. She's amazing. She's working at Google now. So
Okay.
yeah, it is amazing.
There's a course that I quite like that's at the same uni. But
Okay, cool. No, yeah, I feel bad. I kind of was like, degrees are shit, but they're not. They're not.
I get what you were saying.
Yeah. But no, if you do like go to AUB, it's amazing. Like the resources are amazing. The tutors are pretty good as well. But I can only speak for like the short, like 1 year in fashion. So what do you want to do?
Marketing communication.
Okay, cool. I think
really
in fashion.
Yeah.
So my friend Rosie did a fashion communications, and she's now, and straight after she got like loads of work experience, paid, and then she now works for an agency and she loves it. So yeah, I don't know, all the friends that I did make at AUB was really, really strong, and like they're just doing amazing things now. So yeah, don't be disheartened by my speech.
Really good.
Thank you. Hey.
So what is an account manager?
So, oh my God, I didn't even explain it, did I? So I'm ish. Account manager is basically, I'm not managing people, because people are like, why, you manage a team, you're 23. I'm like, hell no. Not yet. But yeah, account manager is basically, so you work in sales, or you can have an account manager in like all different fields, like marketing and like advertising, whatever. But for a brand, I sell collections. So I sell Calvin Klein jeans, which is apparel and jeans, and then also Tommy jeans for collections for my accounts. So I manage and look after those accounts. So say you had a store and you were like, cool, I've got Fila, I've got Champion, I've got Levi's. Okay, so I've got those brand adjacencies. I'm like, okay, cool. Tommy jeans can go in there, Calvin Klein jeans can go in there. Come to the showroom and have a look at, the collections, and then I'll sell to the buyers at like a wholesale price, and then you guys would sell it at the retail price to make a profit, and then obviously we make a profit from how many units we sell or whatever. So it is sales, and it's numbers based in terms you've got like budgets that you have to hit, but it's a lot of customer facing. So like when I've just finished selling pre-fall 19, which is May, June, July next year, and it's wicked because you can get to see like all the collections before, and sometimes you go to Amsterdam and like see the collections. And I don't know if you know much, but Raf Simmons is looking after Calvin Klein as a brand. He's like our creative director, so that's been like a whole shake up, and you get to go like see stuff like that. But yeah, it's cool. It is cool. It's not much to do about like the fashion weeks or anything. Like I got to see the Tommy show 2 years ago. That was amazing, and like Gigi was there, and Bella like lip slipped her dress, but yeah, it was good though. I was like, wow, it's a nipple. But yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, so you get some things, but it's not necessary. If our marketing team, for instance, they don't have accounts to manage because they are marketing for the brand, but I would go to marketing and say, okay, Tessuti and Selfridges want to do a pop-up shop. We've got this amount in the pot, usually not a lot, but we've got this amount of pot. Marketing would be like, okay, maybe we can do a pop-up in Selfridges, but not Tessuti because it's not making enough money or whatever. And then they would organise it and work with us and work with the shop-in-shop teams to kind of build that pop-up, or they would work on like campaigns and release like press releases and stuff, and send samples to bloggers, like do like events and stuff. So it's crazy busy if you go into marketing. It'll be good.
How did you know you wanted to do that instead of like buying or merchandising?
I kind of sometimes, honestly, I wish I kind of did the buying course sometimes, because I love like being with the buyers, and then they're like, what do you think, Sam? And I'm like, I think you should go with the white and the pink, and you should buy this. And they're like, okay, Sam, like, you're not a buyer. So I have to like pull it back a bit, and I'm sometimes like, why didn't I do a bit more buying, or like, how would but like the course was amazing, and the course actually made me think, okay, I've always been in sales, but maybe I could do sales in the back, like, and it's just kind of Diesel, which was my work placement that I got from the FRA, was in wholesale, so I got to see that, and then I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely want to do it. And when, I don't know if way back at the start of my presentation, I said I worked like 2 jobs, one at John Lewis, one at a boutique. I was literally just like waiting for customers to come in, like there'd be 1 an hour, and then I'd shut up and then just like go home, and it was all mad. But my manager at the time was like, do you want to come to the buys? And I was like, what's that? And she was like, you know, like how does the stock end up in our stores? Obviously you have to go select it. I was like, oh cool, yeah, I want to do it. So I went to Joseph, went to French Connection, and went to their showrooms, and I was like, I could do this. And then that's kind of how it started. But that was when I was 21. That was like 2-3 years ago now. 3 years ago. But yeah. Questions? Anyone? Oh.
Okay. Did you have to do like any specific A levels or anything to be where you are now? Or did you just work your way up?
Loads of people in the sales team. I'm a bit of a rare case, to be fair. But oh my god, I'm so dry. My mouth is so dry. Yeah, no, I'm a bit of a rare case because actually no, there's 3 of us in the sales team now. There was 2 before me that worked their way up, which did basically the same route as me, doing interns, and then they saw something and was like, actually, can we keep her on? But a lot of my lot don't, I'm not sure actually, to be honest with you. A lot of the salespeople have degrees, but that's not to say that you can't find a way around it. Like I said, you know, if you network, like that, my manager's got, I think she like didn't go to, she never went to uni because she partied too much, but she, hopefully you never come to uni and you're like, oh, you're the manager that parties too much. But yeah, no, she is, she went to uni and did like geography or something, or philosophy, and then like finished and just didn't know what she wanted to do. And by that time she was like 23, like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything. But there's loads of people in sales teams that haven't done fashion courses or business courses. So you're already kind of ahead of the game, like doing a course and getting work experience that's compulsory. But yeah, any more? Quite like questions. Yeah. No?
Wait, I can't remember.
Oh wait. I'll sit down.
That you went into to like work your way up to the position you're at the moment.
Sorry, say it again.
What was the like role that you went into from there?
Yeah, so from the fashion retail academy, I did. I actually gave my CV to the guy, and I shook his. Oh, I didn't say it. Now you're ahead of the game now. I didn't say it in my speech, but you should basically, if you shake someone's hand, like shake my hand. Yeah, that's a good shake. Yeah, you need it, and you need it like really firm, like palm to palm firm.
Contact.
Yeah, oh, there, nice and cold. I'm really hot. I'm so hot. But yeah, a good handshake gets you far in life. Like the guy that actually saw me at the careers fair was like, whoa, like he was a big guy, and I was like, oh, sorry. Gave him my CV, and he was like, looks a bit like a food menu. I've seen one just like, I'm just gonna get the other. And I was like, great. I'm the same. I almost broke his hand. And then I was like, cool, I'm just gonna go. And was like, I wanna work in sales. He was like, okay, cool, yeah, thanks for your CV. And that was it. And his hand and then left. And then I emailed him straight after the career. Like I literally went downstairs in the library. I remember so clearly. I went downstairs and I was like, cool, I've got his details. I remember his name. So I'm going to write everything down. So always ask for people's names as well. I need to ask for your names. But like, I was like, oh, what's your name? Cool. Okay, went down, emailed, hi Ben, hi Hewitt, who I'm now quite close with. Ben's left to start his own agency, but Hewitt's like my mentor. He's just great. But he like, I emailed him, was like, great to meet you just now. Even if it's just like quick email, great to meet you just now. Here's my CV attached just in case. Thanks, have a great day, bye. And then I was like, cool. Never going to hear from him ever again. 2 weeks later, the sales director was like, come in for a chat. So I was like, okay, cool. And then, yeah, and then that's how it started really. So it was interning, and then it was sales support role, which was what I was. There's not many. I was the only one out the whole like sales team. There's like 40 of us because we've got so many divisions. So you've got like Tommy menswear, Tommy women's wear, Tommy accessories, Tommy jeans accessories, and Tommy footwear. So I was only working for Calvin Klein jeans at the time. But yeah, and then they had a whole shake up, and that's how it happened, really. It kind of sounds like it just happened, which it did, but there's a lot of hard work in between. So, yeah. Good luck, guys. What do you all want to do? Some marketing?
I'm not sure. We're doing the
fashion
buying
buying.
course.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I didn't even know. How is it? Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's good. It is like, all the buyers I meet, they're like, ASOS especially, kind of like pulling their hair out, but they obviously love it. Like, the ASOS buyer that I met was doing, what's her name? Rachel. She went to the FRA and her friend went to the FRA. Then they went to ASOS together, and she's now like heads up the men's accessories team or something. But it's just keep going. You're level 4, right?
Yeah.
Level 4, so you're finishing in May.
It's so quick.
It is so quick. Is it just a year?
Yes.
I wish I could do it again. Seriously, I wish I could just like come in and like do some work and chill, but I can't do that. So. Can I?
Working girl now.
Yeah, I'm a working girl. It's a bit rubbish, but it's fine. It's fine. Got to go back to the office and everyone's like, yeah, Sam, good luck. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm just gonna go get a coffee, go on the tube really slowly. But yeah, thank you for your time. Obviously, I don't know why I bought these, but you're welcome to have one if you ever want anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. I'm so hot. Is that enough? Cool. See you later. Last but not least, hi. Sorry, thanks for waiting. You all right?
Yeah, we just wanted to ask, so I was in a really similar situation to you, so I just wanted to say like thank you.
Ah.
I did art foundation as well.
Yes.
I'm 21 now and I like had some time out working and then everything you were saying I was like, oh my God.
This is me.
Yeah, so it just like really gave me hope and like I want to get a job, move out next year and I was
Yeah.
like, shit, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
So thank you because it has like
Oh,
doing the right thing.
good.
I think we just want to ask about because you want to go
The
to
careers fair. Yeah,
Yes.
I was just wondering. Like, did you literally just give your CV out? And
Are you level 4 fashion retail?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Helen. Wait, do you have Helen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because she said she doesn't teach as much or something, and I was like, oh man, got it. You just
teach me all the time.
really? Oh my god. But yeah, no, I think you turn up on Thursday, right?
Yeah, so the Thursday one is just retail. So obviously if you guys haven't got any shop floor experience, or if you're looking to work, if you're looking to work for
Good.
different brands, then obviously there's going to be loads of brands. There's 24 brands there, so
Yeah.
it's up to you if you want to come along, if you want to work for a different company or whatever. And then there's going to be one in May, which will be more head office.
Oh, I can take this off now.
So yeah.
That's what I'm missing because I'm already in retail. So
Yeah.
I was like worried about missing it, but I think
Yeah.
to do the one.
Yeah, no, it's completely up to you. It's mainly the students that either want to change brands that they're looking for, or if they don't have any retail experience, because all the brands you work for that shop floor experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're
No, that could be good because I've literally just moved to London, so I
Yeah.
had to quit my job in Bristol.
oh okay, so
yeah.
they'll be recruiting
Oh,
in central London.
Yeah. I couldn't commute it. Like,
Yeah,
2 times
that's
a week,
long.
so it's
Yeah,
just
no.
like, there's a few of my friends moving to uni, so it's just got a house.
You're sharing.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna do that first.
Yeah. It's completely. It starts at 9:30. I'm going to send out an email today with all the brands that are going to come in, and then the main one is perfect because it's like near the end of your course.
Yeah.
So I don't think but to this one? Yeah. No, I don't think so. But maybe come to the next one. Come to the next one.
Yeah, no, just turn up and like I
Yeah.
can't stress you enough. Just talk to everyone, give a CV out, like
They're looking to recruit you guys, and they're looking for you. So
Yeah. It's worth it.
perfect opportunity to speak to them about what you want to do and like what's available in the company, or if there isn't anything at the time, then still take the details.
Yes.
And they'll always remember you.
Yeah.
Instead of someone just being like, oh, there you go, it's a CV walking up.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
never
yeah.
remember you that way.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have like a, like a
Phone
conversation with them.
handshake.
Yeah, always that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Like that's why I always remembered it. Just saying to everyone else. But yeah, no, just go and speak to everyone and just like be you, and just.
Was your actual intern like really scary? Because I'm a bit.
What, scared?
Yeah.
What intern? Which one?
No, the one that the actual course actually.
Oh, Diesel. No, it was alright. It was
Yeah.
good. It was really good. Actually, I didn't say that I did it with another student. Some places they put you with, there's like 2 or 3 of you, or it's just 1 of you. But it just depends. Like there's loads of different sizes, loads of different companies. But I was so psyched when I got to diesel because I was like, cool, it's kind of in line with my brand that I work with now. It was a bit scary, but like I said, you know, it's sometimes being scared is actually quite good because you're like, oh, actually, I really want this. Like, and I was before walking into this room, I was scared because I was like, oh, like, what if they don't care? And actually, you just have to literally throw that fear out of the way and just be like, no, because I want to like better other people and like I want to better myself and you know improve in whatever you want to do. So just I'm scared is fine. Be like just try and be like like run off that fear. But it was fine. Diesel was great. It was really really good. There was a few days I was like, oh my god, they just don't even care that I've just sorted out 1,000 hangers. But at least I know that I did it. One person did actually notice. She was like, "You're an angel." But then if I saw her on the train the other day, and she did recognise me, so it's fine.
You got through it.
Yeah, got through it. I'm here. It's cool.
And it's amazing to obviously say that you've got that experience as well.
Definitely.
Yes. Because Calvin was like, when I had the chat with my director for the intern before I started, she was like, "Oh, so you went to Diesel? Like, how was that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was 3 weeks. It was really good. Got to do, you know." They placed me in a placement that was perfect for me. But there were, you know, like students went everywhere, and it's not. I wouldn't put myself in Diesel ever, but it was amazing. And like I remember this girl. I can't remember her name now, but she was kind of just like in that mentality of like, oh, I'm 18, it's free. I kind of like fashion, and I was a bit like envious of her because I was like, you've got the right company and you don't care. And I can't even remember her name now, but like she kind of was like, oh, the right company, like that's boring, it's duvets. And I was like, it's actually quite a big company. So in the end, I think she really enjoyed it. So.
You've got to make it.
Can we take a card?
Of course. Yes. Thank you. What were your names?
Mine's Chloe.
Chloe.
Feel.
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 Feel. I was like, feel.
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 And that's a new film.
Oh, it's so gloomy out.
Really nice.
Because yours is rememberable, so you can be like, feel.
When I say Brian, everyone's like, Brian? And I'm like, no.
That's what I thought. I was like, Brian. I was thinking of Briar. And then you're like, it is Brian. I was like, oh my god.
I get for Brian on a daily basis even now.
I've had Vivian before as well.
Anyway, nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
I've really ran over, sorry.
No, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Was it okay? I hope I didn't scare them.
I've got more questions.
Oh my god, I'm so glad she came back because I was like, shit, I didn't get their names. What your names?
Athena, calling.
Why have everyone got like really cool names? I'm going to write Athena.
Yeah.
How do I spell that?
ATHENA.
Yeah. ENA. And
Rosie.
Rosie, I can do that. Okay, Theon, that's a cool name. Theon, Athena. Okay, cool. Question?
We were wondering, the course that you did, do you think that helped you specifically to get into your job role?
Oh, yeah.
And do you think the one that we're doing would also be just as helpful, or
What, for the same role as me?
Yeah.
or similar thereabouts, like if it was sales as well?
To be fair, I wouldn't close any door because people who studied, went to uni in the sales team, went to uni and then fell into the sales role that I'm in. And he did geography, Scott did geography, and I was just like, what? And then other people did economics, and it was really, really helpful. But they like fashion at the same time, so they were like, oh, cool, I know numbers, I can work out budgets, blah blah blah. I kind of just played on my strengths, and they played on theirs. Theirs was numbers and being able to work things out, and then mine were just chatting breeze for a living. But just meeting people and just working in sales kind of helped me. So it wasn't all about, you know, the FRA. It is what you make out of it as well. Like, yeah, no, I reckon you could. I wouldn't close that door if you wanted to. If anything, yeah, like buying is amazing. Wish I could do that. Buying.
No, I was going to say there was a student that was on the level 3 fashion retail, and she went she works at Mulberry now, doing merchandising. Yeah, so I think if a company can see that you're really eager to like learn and like you're willing, then there's nothing really stopping you. I think as long as you've got obviously experience doing something or like a work experience behind you, they can see that you're kind of passionate. So
I've got buyers on my side as well, and like she's now had children, she's got married, so she was like, I wanted to take a step back because it was just like she was sales director, and then she's now one of the head buyers for a company called Diffusion. But she was just like, I just felt like the switch, and I was like, do you ever miss it? And she was like, yeah, of course, but you know, you can always switch. Like I talk about maybe I wish I did buying, but that's not to say that I'm never going to do it. But yeah, like,
Cool.
Also, what's like the average sort of like wage for accounts?
I don't actually know because PVH, I can't tell you how much I earn, but PVH have obviously their bands of like sales support, account manager, key account manager, sales manager. And then you have other brands that may pay more. But I think it's more just, I guess you could Google it. But the average wage in London, if I'm right, is 28k, I think, or round about there. Entry is like pittance. Like I think I started on like, I started on getting lunch and traffic covered, so like £25 a day. But even then, I was like, wicked, cool. I can come from Watford. But now I've moved out now. Like it's great. But yeah, I started on like 16, I think. And it's not. I don't know if they would offer that. It just depends. I think a lot of it is situational, but average in London has to be a little bit higher than say up north. But yeah. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Thank you. Any more? Bye.
Bye.
Oh, it's lunchtime.
Here's food first.
I know. I didn't actually get breakfast.